I said, let's start, Mama. She came over here and before I could even get the countdown, she gone.
I didn't have my bowl.
Well, hello, coffee time friends. It's coffee time. It's supper time. It's dessert time. We ain't even doing supper tonight. You can't do supper every night. We're doing upside down muffins. Pineapple upside down muffins. Mama used to do this before. Now my part of this is going to be, I have pulled out 12 maraschino cherries, and I'm letting them dry. Look here. I'm going to give them a good roll, and I'm going to let them dry. Now, this could be the most detailed portion of the whole meal. This right here could make it or break. Mama's going to cook it tonight. Mama, tell us what you up to.
Well, first of all, I'm going to get...
Did you?
I'm coming over.
As soon as she gets...
I'm coming back.
You can't catch her. She's like a elusive butterfly. Now, Mama, here, watch here comes the camera. Run, Mama, run. Hurry, hurry.
I've got my
Oh, she's staying with us. Let's see how long that lasts. Mama, are you on parole?
Oh, my sweater. Yeah, I reckon I am.
What are you... Talk to him, Mama. You ain't telling him a thing.
I'm worried about being on parole. I'm just going to put a little bit of it, little sugar. If I can get it off.
Put that over here and let me do it for you.
Well, good. I'm glad you're going to do that. I'm going to put
Tell me what you want done and I'll do it.
just a little thin so I can have it in the bottom.
That's a pretty thick one.
Well, put a thick one, thin one, whatever.
Oh, Mama. So you put a certain amount of butter in the bottom of these here muffin tins.
And you can see I'm a country girl. You see my wide clip is a clothespin. They work great.
How much butter are you putting in here, Mama?
Just not even a teaspoon, just so I can put some brown sugar.
Okay.
Melt it, put my sugar. So this is a half a box of what's in that? I got my clothespin in there.
You're
Of
sick.
yellow cake mix. It's Pillsbury. I'm not picking those. And it's a half of a bag. I can measure it out, count it. That's all I'm going to put. It's a half a bag. And then I'm going to add...
You didn't tell them what you're making yet, have you?
You told them, didn't you?
Nope.
Pineapple upside down muffins. And since this is a half, it calls for a cup of water and a half a cup of oil and 3 eggs. So I'm going to use half a cup of water, a fourth a cup of oil, and 2 eggs.
There's a certain amount of butter in each one of them. I ain't going to
Okay.
commit to how much.
Okay, that's good. This one needs a hair more, I think. It's ready.
Don't say higher when you're cooking, Mama.
Well,
A scunch.
that's good.
I want that in the middle, don't I?
Yeah. Now I'm going to stick this in the stove and let this melt for me.
Could we not have melted that and poured it in there?
Yeah, you could.
She gone again.
But you have to dirty up another thing to do it.
Now this is your brown sugar.
Yeah.
So does it go in next?
It'll go in when we come out with those. So with this, I'm going to put 2 eggs. It calls for 3. Since it's a half a box, I usually just use 2 smaller ones. That's 1. Well, don't want to come out. That's 2. 2 eggs. Get that out of my way. And I'll see how much. I know what I didn't figure out what it does. My cup and my oil. You'll just have to talk to him while I'm running around getting my stuff. You're going to have to talk to him while I run around.
Tonight's all about you, Mama.
No, it's about you.
Helping you cook and talk.
Yeah.
What you trying to look for, Mama?
1/4. It's the second line up, ain't it?
Right here. First little hat right there, whatever that is. Good.
Got it right on the button. You're mean while I'm cooking.
Mama, you tickle me.
And that's my 1/4 of a cup of oil in there.
That was just vegetable oil.
Mm-hmm.
Now what you do?
Now I'm going to see if my butter's melted.
You gonna whisk this or you gonna mix it?
I've got a mixer there.
She's got the old turbo out, folks.
Ooh.
She's got the old turbo from 1812 out. They don't even make this anymore. Some of y'all have asked about it. It's a Sunbeam. And she's had it for many, many, many years.
I reckon so.
And it's the loud one. Y'all know him. Because he's loud. Let's plug him in. Is it melted?
Mm-hmm.
Don't take it on that bill. Matter, does it?
No, it's hot. And open up my
Sugar's open.
sugar.
We're on standby on the mixer. We love to do. Have you made these like this before?
I've made something similar with the. Whoa!
Well, I probably broke 3 or 4 rules.
Yeah. You put that in there before you plug it up.
Well, I thought you pressed this up here to get it to lock because they don't look like they're locked.
I'm just going to put a little spoon of sugar.
Now let's come over here and let's do a flour. Show them what you're doing, Mama.
Put a spoon of sugar right on.
Now say a spoon. What kind of spoon?
It's like a little soup spoon. It ain't a tablespoon or nothing. A little bigger than a teaspoon.
Now shouldn't you put your cherries in first?
They'll go in there when I put my pineapples in there. I mean, I'll put it in for you. Somebody's going to have to get brown sugar and put it in here. And you know, I don't know if I'll have enough muffins for all of it.
Enough mix?
Yeah.
Why can't you add a little something to it? Or make a shallow one?
I'll have to make a shallow one.
Well, this looks pretty simple. You melt butter. Just some amount. We just made it up. I just put what she told me. And put just a tablespoon, not a whole tablespoon, probably. A brown sugar. And then
We're going to put a cherry in the center.
just get your sugar down in there and kind of level it out a little bit.
It'll melt that butter. This already has.
No. Kind of level
Okay,
it, level
put
it.
cherry in the center. And the reason I'm waiting to add the water is I'm going to use some of this pineapple juice instead of water.
Get these kind of poked down.
Put your cherry in the center.
Patience. I've got 12 of these to do.
I poked some of this.
Why you didn't poke them on, Mama? These are just the maraschino cherries, maraschino, whatever you call them. And you want it to go right in that center because you want them to be pretty. But they're pretty well dried up. And the reason you want them dry is not that it changes the flavor. You just don't want it being all red and nasty looking.
I don't care for it to be red.
Yes, you do, Mama. We want them pretty.
They ain't.
You told me to dry.
Yeah, but I don't care for the cherry juice again.
Well, there won't be no cherry juice in these. I've had them rolled over here. I've been rolling them. Can y'all see? Do y'all even want to see this hot mess?
Now this is a hot mess. Usually you make the hot messes. This time
You are, Mama.
This time I'm the guilty party.
You're the one that come up with this one. Mama just sits around and watches stuff on that there Pinterest and that there Facebook, and she says, I saw something really good today. But now this she's made before. This ain't new. The only difference is she used to do rings and she sliced them in half so she could make them a little smaller. Do you remember those?
Yeah, a long time ago when I was...
And we would have little muffins. And she used to have little bundt pans, and they're little bitty bunts, and she'd make those little bunts. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
As a kid, I thought those was fancy. So, all we've done is put a pat of butter in the bottom of each one of these. We put a half a tablespoon of brown sugar, approximately. We've put a maraschino cherry in the center. Don't you get them out of the center, Mama. And now she's putting crushed pineapples over top of the cherries.
Trying to get some in all of them. Okie dokie.
You're good, looks like.
Now this is why I didn't add my water a while ago.
So she's going to measure up her pineapple juice. See what she's got.
And this was some leftover pineapples I did for something else.
You'll put your water in that and put it in there. You'll still have pineapple juice.
How much more do I like?
How much you trying to get?
Half a cup.
You like about a half a cup. You like about a fourth of a cup.
And this was
Right on it.
pretty good.
You did good, Mama. Now what you got to?
Now I'm going to mix my...
Pick that up. Pick this up.
Oh, it's not hot. I thought it was hot.
Wow, did that butter cool down?
And this is my...
Juice.
Supposed to be water, but it's my water
Pineapple
and
juice.
pineapple juice together. And that's all it takes. Oh, I thought you was going to do it, Cindy.
No, somebody's got to hold the dish rag over the bake. If that ain't too loud yet, we'll move y'all back a little bit.
Straight from the sides.
Scrape it down. I don't think you'll need that anymore, Mama. You mix pretty good.
Instead of trying to use that spoon, I'm going to get my scoop.
That's a good idea. The scoop. And see, there we have it. Look at that. Pineapple, pineapple. You want me to pour them in?
No, I'm just going to see if I can scoop it in.
No, clanky, clanky.
Ooh,
Oh, that'd be a good one.
be a fat one.
Lord, I'm a dripping. Let me drip that over top of that. And you just fill it up. Y'all see what's going on over here?
Watch you spit lid over on that next one.
All right. These are going to be delicious. How's the cook time?
I don't know till they get done.
Till they get done. Somebody says,
15 minutes.
here's your moist supreme yalla. Now you can make these homemade. You bake at 350. Follow the bake time below. For bundt or cupcakes, it's 19-23 minutes for cupcakes. Mama, you worked that out just perfect. You did excellent.
Yeah. A little more out of here. There's some more of these. It's skimpy. And instead, the skimpiest.
you can sprinkle a little brown sugar on them, or something like that if you wanted to.
Let me have that just right so I can get this cleaned up.
Because if you don't clean that up, it'll burn. You can sprinkle a little brown sugar on the bottoms of them, but you're basically gonna, when you take them out, when you eat them, you'll turn them up and peel that paper off.
Ooh. Missy Marvin got it everywhere.
You did, Mama. You kind of threw it at it, didn't you?
I was in a hurry and missed.
Patience. I know better. You ain't never in a hurry. You got all kinds of patience. You should have. You've never used any of them.
Shaving them.
She's saving her patience for another time.
I hope I got it cleaned up enough. Now here we go.
Let me have them.
You're gonna show them.
Yeah. They've waited on you. They're wanting to see them. So there they are, filled to just the right level. And now she's going to put them in the oven. And we're going to sit here and drink coffee for 20 minutes. Did you use half a box of the cake mix? Yes, ma'am. She's used that other half for something else, Jan.
I've made cake or something before with it.
Mama's a big half a box gal. Now,
what I do is I take a measuring cup and I measure my mix. I put it in a bowl.
come over here, Mama.
I measure the mix. I take half of it, one measure, put it in one bowl and the other. And I get it measured out exactly half. And then, like I said, I was a country girl because I put it together with a clothespin and held it. And I just save it because we don't need a whole cake mix.
Seldom ever do we do a whole one.
And I used to make whole ones all the time. And on the back, this, you follow your box direction. This says a cup of water and half a cup of oil and 3 eggs. But when I do it this way, I use half a cup of water and 1/4 cup of oil and 2 smaller eggs if I've got them. And that's what I fix in there and mix it
Mama,
up.
did you say that right?
2 smaller eggs.
But total you use 4, don't you?
No, 3. Use 3, but you can't use 1.5, so I just use.
1?
No, I'm afraid it wouldn't do as well with 1.
So let's talk about it.
I put
So in
3.
each half you use 2 eggs.
Yeah,
Total of 4.
yeah.
So it says 3, but Mama uses 2 smaller eggs in each half.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know you use 2 eggs. Love pineapple. So this is a good way. Did you use? Yeah. This is a good way to get a pineapple upside down cake and not have a whole cake to have to eat. I know that sounds like a chore, don't it? You have to eat it. But if you don't need it, it's good to have muffins. So a lot of times Mama will take half a chocolate cake, half a gallon cake or something like that, and end up making muffins so we don't have a whole cake just sitting here. Because really and truly, it's not just a willpower thing, or we just let it waste. Because we'll eat a bite of this tonight because it's hot and it's delicious. Maybe tomorrow. But then it's going to sit there, after the day or so. Mama will graze on it a little bit, but not too much. Let's talk for just a second about daylight. It is now 6:30 here in downtown Oswego, and it's fully daylight outside. I can see all the way over to it's a good daylight. So next 2 weeks from now, at 7:30, it'll be this bright because we're going to spring forward an hour on March 10th. So before long, folks, it's going to be 8 o'clock. We're still going to be daylight. And then it's going to be 8:30 and then 9. So we're doing real well.
Dish towels on what my mixer on.
We're doing really well on daylight. We're saving it. And I still haven't heard, is this the last time we're changing? I think we're just going to keep on changing. That's a great idea. Can you freeze after cooking? Yeah, you could freeze these little muffins. We have done that before. I would want to put them in a container that was freezer safe and then put them in a freezer bag You want them to really be sealed. And if you have a self-defrosting freezer, then I'd eat them pretty quickly. Now the old ones that don't self-defrost, they'll hold a lot longer. But the reason you don't have to defrost the others is because they pull the moisture out, and that will give you freezer burn if you're not careful. What are y'all eating? What y'all have for supper? We debated back and forth, and we've still got leftovers. If we eat, Mama ate late today. I ate late lunch. She said, what do you want? I said, I don't know. And I said, we got them vegetables in there, or I've got a little bit of that pork. I even thought about doing a little barbecue on that beef. Not pork, it was beef. And doing beef nachos. I love those. But somehow, none of that sounded great. Mama said her stomach had bothered her a little bit today, and she didn't know she wanted anything spicy. And she said, I am going to fix those upside down.
The reason I was going to fix them is because I had that bowl of pineapples.
She said, I am going to fix those tonight. And I said, well, let's just do that, Mama. We'll worry about supper after you get the dessert made. So we may or may not. We may end up eating cereal.
And you said...
We're not going to do nothing new without you. So.
What did you say? I broke out of jail, or what was it you said?
I've asked you if he's on parole.
On parole.
Where did you get this outfit? I've not ever seen it.
This is a sweater I've had a long time, and that's a different slip over black one.
It's pretty. I just never had seen you in black and white striped.
Yeah, you've seen this sweater.
Have I?
Yes.
Have y'all seen that sweater? I believe
They may not have seen it, but you have.
I don't think I've seen it. It must have been one of my days off.
Oh, I make you think on your days off.
Macaroni and cheese and vegetables. Ooh, Piggy, that sounds good. I was just talking about Mama, but I saw a thing on Pinterest. I don't know where it was at. I don't know where I've seen it, but they had taken a muffin pan and they'd put Black Forest ham in it. And then they'd put macaroni and cheese inside of that and add a little cheese to the top of it and dipped it in ranch dressing. Well, have you ever heard of it? And I thought, that would be good little party food. That would be a good little finger food. And the reason I was drawn to it, and I would change it, of course, but everything I've seen lately, they put crescent rolls or they put biscuit dough or something to make a crust and then put stuff in it. This would be, you could turn this keto. Like you could put, now I'm not saying macaroni and cheese is keto or no low carb, but you could take the ham and make it cream cheese and vegetables, spinach, or something of that nature. That you couldn't use corn or anything, but you could use some green vegetables, and you could do maybe even some roasted vegetables put in there. That would be good, and it would be you could make up some y'all's ranch, put in and dip it in it. It would be good. And I thought, that would be good. Have y'all seen that one floating around? It had French onion soup and traditional and tenderloin sandwich, Caroline.
Wow.
That sounds good. We had salmon and fresh asparagus. Now I'm hungry, Mama. I want some salmon.
Oh.
12 feet of... What?
12,
Karen, 12 feet of snow coming.
12 inches, I bet.
Feet in capital letters, Mama.
Oh.
Syria, Nevada. Mountains. Great skiing. I guess so. Is that unusual? Or am I asking a stupid question? 12 feet of snow here would do us in. That'd just be it.
We would never get out.
Is Nevada, the mountains in Nevada, is that a normal amount of snow?
Probably a lot of ski resorts up there.
Wow, Karen. 12 feet of snow.
I've never seen that.
I had a ham and turkey sandwich with mayo and tomato and a few chips for some.
That sounds good.
Deb Brock, now I'm hungry for that. You have the power of persuasion. Let's have it. Hi, John and Mama. Why don't you take some of the muffins to work with you, John, or share with a neighbor? Someone I can't say that. I do, and I normally do take them to work. But about everything we fix eventually ends up at work, or we share it with the neighbors or some of the family or something. Or we will drop it in the freezer, you know. Probably with 12 muffins, we might be able to eat those before they go bad.
Yeah, I could.
She says that, but really, Mama's not bad.
No, I usually.
Let me tell you what she did a couple weeks ago. I didn't even tell on her. She brought home a dozen donuts. And I said...
That's wild bad.
And what I do for... Well, just to aggravate her, I guess. That's why I do it. I always say, did Dad ask for those? Because used to, the whole time he was alive, she'd bring home boxes of little Debbie cakes and donuts. And I said, Mama.
He did ask for them.
I didn't live here then. And I would... He still is. And I said, Mama, you have diabetes and so does he. And really, I don't think you should be. He asked for them. He asked me to bring, and I said, Mama, that's a lot to ask for. Because she'd have 2 or 3 boxes of Little Debbie's and a dozen donuts.
Not every time.
This is before her sugar got so bad. She's trying to get out of it now, but that's the truth. Hand up. She said she done it. And she still would bring home like 2 boxes of Little Debbie's and whatever. And I said, did Dad make you do that again? Mm-hmm. So she brought home a box of donuts, and they were fresh, and they were so good. And I had one for breakfast the next morning. And I said, now, Mama, pace yourself. I know you like them, and you know, but pace yourself. So she had one that day or 2.
Oh, okay.
And not that it's a good thing to waste, but really and truly, we only ate 4 of them between the 2 of us, and then we had to throw the rest away. So Mama's not bad about eating them like she once was. It's like she does good. She'll eat 1 or 2 little things and like a piece of cake. I don't think she grazes on them like she once did. I think switching and coming off of a lot of sugar, because back then, I will say this, back then she was just living, you know, she'd take her pills and just eat what she wanted to. But now, in the past 2 years, since she's had some issues with it, she has really done good. Mama deserves a hand of applause, Mama.
Oh, wow.
You look at this 0 Sprite and low sugar, and she even thinks about carbs sometimes.
Sometimes I do. Not when it comes to my potatoes, I don't.
We don't say nothing about potatoes. Anytime she wants potatoes, she gets them. That's a freebie. She just...
See, I just had, well, no, I started to say one time, we ate the leftover potatoes.
We ate the open face roast beef.
When was that? Yesterday?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
It was so good. It was very good. And we've got all those veggies and that smoked sausage, and I'm thinking about switching it up and turning it into something else. So I might do that. But it's hard not to have a bunch of leftovers. It really is. And we tried that one, Mama.
Yeah.
But Mama does really good with hers. And
We've come down a whole lot on them, though.
We have, and your sugar has stayed very, very good. You've not had very many spells. You've had a couple. But you're doing a whole lot better on them.
Yeah, I'm good.
And then when you do get sweets, you don't just... Used to, she was like addicted to it. I mean, it was like, Mama, get out of that cake plate. You know, it's like, I just got a little bit. But she would eat a piece that big in a day, or she'd just get a little bit.
Slivers and all.
Slivers. But she's done much better, is what I'm trying to say. So when we do fix something sweet, the next morning, usually she'll box it up for me to take to work, or she'll say, take them girls this, or take, if it depends on where I'm going. And she'll have me to take whatever we fix, you know, at least over half of it usually. She'll keep her 1 or something. But Mama just likes to bake, and it just makes her happy.
I just gotta have a taste of something.
Well, and you just like to bake. You always have.
I used to bake every other day. Used to.
Well, let me tell you what she used to do. This was her way of justification. We ate a lot of cornbread back then, and we had a lot of biscuits. We didn't have the easy bake. It was in the big oven. And if she heated the big oven, something sweet got made, because she said, I might as well
go ahead and fix the dessert while the oven's hot.
So every night, she was baking, making anything that could go in the oven, wasn't you, Mama?
cakes, muffins, pies, whatever it was. See, Daddy enjoyed
made
it.
up breads that she just come up with, like pumpkin, craisin, nut bread.
Mm-hmm.
One of the girls at work told me one time, she said, that bread your mama made at that time was the best bread I ever had in my life. And she said, I just dream about it. So if she ever makes it again. That's what, I actually think we wrote that recipe down. So
I don't know if I did or not. I put everything in it.
I think we did write it down. I said, so you need to, we got one more minute, Mama.
Oh, it's probably not right because I didn't put it as much as it said.
And I said, she might be able to come up with that one again. But it had raisins and craisins, and it had nuts, and it had cream cheese in it, didn't it, Mama?
I don't remember.
Mama, you know what I got to thinking about? And we did not make it any last year.
What was that?
Do you remember the muffins we used to make with cream cheese on the top and you stirred it up after it was baked? Or, no, you stirred it up right before you put it in. Remember you put a little...
Dab of cream cheese.
And then you stir it and make a swirl. And it was that pumpkin swirl cream cheese thing.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't make that last year. We may have to come out and make that. What do you think? Yeah. I'm telling you what, I don't know what it's going to turn out like. But it surely does smell good. This whole house right now smells like a big old pineapple upside down cake. Now, let me just preface all this pineapple upside down cake talk with. Traditionally, in the South, if someone says they're making a pineapple upside down cake, we get the old iron skillet out. And it's made in an iron skillet. And it's so good. Mama's made them for years. My aunt makes them a lot. And by a lot, I mean a lot of times at church. That's what the family, one of those sisters contributes a pineapple upside down cake. And, but the pineapple upside down that we're making, I said muffin tins, and they're going to be so good. No icing or nothing, but you do have icing. When you turn that cake up, that brown sugar has made a delicious glazed icing. And those pineapples and that cherry, and I hear bells ringing.
You hear bells are ringing.
Bells will be ringing. Now, right now, let's give this it's 15 till 7. And the sky is still dusky blue. You know, it's dark though. I can't see the barn. I can't see all that down there.
Let's see if they're done.
Like I did. Well, here they are. And look at here. What showed up on top of some of these. That's brown sugar. See that and come up out of there and bubbled out. And that's a little bit of brown. We didn't sprinkle it on top. It came to the top. Now, what is she doing? That's
done.
If it comes out clean,
that ain't hardly done.
I'll eat that one. It's not hardly done. I like them a little soft. But when it comes out clean, you're ready to eat. Now, like that one where it just come out just a speck on it, it's going to bake sitting there for another minute. It'll bake. This pan's hot. It's hot up here. It's still baking, So when you're baking, a lot of times that's what you're going to get. You ready to do one, Mom?
Take this to get it out.
I don't think so. It's coming right out.
Okay.
So let's put him over here.
Flip him over.
Here you go. You can't have upside down muffins if you don't flip them upside down. And there it is, folks. There it is. A delicious pineapple, not lemon, pineapple upside down muffin. Now the beauty of this little recipe is this. See, they're small. They're not huge. But the beauty of them is this is for one person or 6 people or whatever. If you're just one person, you could do 6 of them. You don't have to.
Mine out.
Mine's beautiful, Mama.
I need a napkin. I've got that on my fingers.
You can't have a napkin. We've wasted 2 for drying cherries.
Uh-oh. That was our napkins for the night.
That was our
Yours
lot.
turned out good. I tore mine out. Yours looks good.
I was more patient with my mom.
Yeah.
Let's bless it. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for these precious hands that's provided this food tonight. Dear Lord, we just ask you to nourish our bodies with it. Watch over us, lead and guide and direct us, dear Lord, and be with all the prayer requests everyone gathered here tonight, dear Lord. And we're just so thankful for each and every one of them. And we pray a hedge of protection around all. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Now, Mama, you ain't got no coffee.
No, I got that Sprite.
Can Sprite take the place of coffee with dessert?
Yeah.
Now, you know we ain't going to eat no supper after we eat this. So you just cut into it.
It's a little warm, be careful.
Look at it. Man.
Even the cake part tastes just pineapple where I put that juice in it.
The whole thing just tastes really like so refreshing. These would be perfect for 4th of July. Make up a bunch of these little cupcakes, flip them out on a platter, and just let them come out and get them. Mom, that tastes wonderful. And it's not sickening sweet even with that brown sugar because you get that pineapple juice and that little bit of acid. And it tastes great. I don't know. We've got you. Oh, there we go. I can see. And this is delicious, folks. It's a keeper. No, it's not keto. Whoever asked that.
No, it's sure not.
Hot dog and cheese curls. Ooh, that sounds good, Karen. Hey, Brandy. Hey, Faye. Hey, Mary. We're so glad to have y'all tonight. Tonight's Thursday night, folks. What are y'all doing? I'm gonna eat my cherry now, Mom.
I've eaten half of mine. I cut it in half so I can have 2 parts.
See there, just a little bit of juice got off, made it pink right there. But if you hadn't have dried them, the whole thing would look like that. Now that might not be a bad thing. It's okay. It's all right. It's fine. Just like in their big ones, the big cakes, that pineapple and that brown sugar made a wonderful glaze on that. What do you think, Mama?
That's delicious.
It's delicious. It's a keeper, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's a keeper. We're going to keep these.
I couldn't decide whether I was going to make a little pineapple pudding or these cupcakes. Or muffins, the way I'm calling them. Because I had those pineapples Mommy made. Pineapple pudding.
I was going to say pineapple puddings for Sundays.
It was pretty time.
I'm always made on Sundays, didn't you?
She wouldn't eat bananas, and one of my sisters wouldn't eat bananas. So she'd make banana pudding.
Your family is the pickiest banana eaters I ever seen in my life. Some of them won't have them. Mama won't have them if they ain't fluorescent green. These bananas right here are up.
Whoa!
That was just a little test. That was just a little test for emergency services here.
You knocked them all flat on their face.
There's a cord hanging out of here for the microphone. And when I baked those bananas, it was hooked in the hook of one of these bananas. These bananas are gone. They're over the hill.
For me.
She wouldn't touch that. Look at that. Is that brown on there? Mama ain't eating that. Now, I'll eat that, and I'll eat it 4 days from now. I eat them till I mash on them and they feel mushy. I love them sweet. These are doles. But sometimes they're not. But see that right there, Mom's like, I ain't eating that. Don't want that banana.
But she'd make banana puddings, and then she'd make pineapple puddings. And she would save the juice from the pineapples to go in when she cooked the pudding to go over it too.
I love pineapple pudding, just like banana pudding. Mama makes that sometimes instead of banana pudding, but you make it just the same. So that you put pineapples in instead of bananas, right?
And I use some of the juice in it instead of 2 whole cups of milk. I use like a cup and a half of milk and a half a cup of juice in it or something.
And I remember as a kid, sometimes we would have pineapple pudding. Now, I'm saying this differently. When we talk about pineapple pudding, we're talking about the layers, the vanilla wafers, and the pudding and that, and then topped with meringue. But sometimes she would just make pineapple pudding in a pudding cup, and we would eat it with vanilla wafers on top. No meringue, nothing, just like chocolate pudding, only it was pineapple pudding. A lot of times in the summer, but a real pineapple pudding dish was layers and all that, just like a banana pudding. But now you'd make banana pudding that way too. We just have plain banana pudding in a bowl. And that was always good. And she used to make chocolate pudding.
I like chocolate pudding.
For supper a lot of times. We used to have dessert quite a bit. Not every
I
night.
always cook the meat, usually 2 to 3 sides and the dessert every night, just about it.
Just about it. And a lot of times it was coconut pie. Sometimes it was lemon pie. That was my daddy's favorite. Was lemon pie with meringue. And Mama's favorite was chocolate. Mine was chocolate. And occasionally, up on a blue moon, we get a coconut pie. Because that wasn't nobody's favorite, but everybody liked it. But if you made pie for Daddy, it's making lemon. If you made pie,
Sometimes I'd make a lemon and a chocolate bowl.
so we'd all have our favorites.
Bet your daddy eats some of every one.
Oh
Whatever
yeah, he wouldn't hurt your feelings by not eating one. But if you asked him his favorite, he'd say lemon. Later on, when I came onto the adult scene and knew a little bit about other pies, I got Dad interested in key lime. He liked key lime.
Yeah. He likes pistachio salad.
I would make key lime, or I would buy key lime. And he said, "What's that green?" I said, "That's key lime." And he really liked it, probably as good as lemon.
I don't know. Lemon was his favorite.
Lemon was his favorite.
Asked for all the time.
And you can make key lime jello pie. Now, we made jello pies. We'll make you another jello pie before too long. But they're so simple. But they look complicated. But you can make key lime in it really easy too. Just add lime Kool-Aid and lemon Kool-Aid. Stir it up. Put it in there. Well, Mama, that's delicious. And now that I've eaten that, I don't think I want to eat
No,
anything
I
else.
wasn't too hungry, but that was good.
Are we bad people for having dessert for supper?
Dessert treats sometimes.
Life's too short not to eat dessert for supper every once in a while.
My friend eats her desserts first. She said I may be too full to enjoy them, so she eats her desserts first.
Now, if you are diabetic, now this just works for Mama. I'm not a doctor, not even playing one on here. So it's 7 o'clock. Mama's eat this. Pretty sweet. So she'll have to stay up for 2 or 3 hours. And before she goes to bed, now we try to every night, but sometimes, but before on a sweet night, if she's eating sweets, she will have a peanut butter and graham cracker. Now, only for Mama, I'm not suggesting this, but it really does balance your sugar out, don't it?
Yeah, if it starts going down after eating something like this, I'll eat.
But if she eats a peanut butter graham cracker, you know, she takes a cracker and does 2 little sections of peanut butter. Then through the night, it don't drop too bad. It'll hold its own pretty good. That works for you. Now, I don't know if that'll work for all y'all, so don't be eating a bunch of sweets and say, John said, if I ate peanut butter and cracker, I'd be all right. Because that works for Mama. So I'm just saying that's what does work for her.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah, unless it gets...
And another thing, it's like that zero Sprite, 20-ounce Sprite. If she eats sweet and then drinks 20 ounces or so of some sugar-free drink, and it can be Diet Pop, it can be water. But even Diet Pop, it'll flush that out before she goes to bed if she stays up 3 more hours.
Yeah, it works out. That's the reason I didn't drink no tea tonight, because that tea's
Being
so
good, so
sugar.
you have to pick and choose. So that's how we get around it. Some people, you will comment and say, isn't that awful sweet for Mama to be eating?
It is.
It is, but we've learned a few things about how to deal with it a little bit. Bless you, Mama.
Well, thank you. We through.
Has Abby been good today?
I've not caught her out in the road.
That little mean pup better not be in that road.
She, the Scott, the UPS guy, he said, she's not pregnant. Said, she's solid as a rock. She's gained so much weight.
She ain't getting that much weight, Mama. She's just maturing.
He said, she's solid. Wow, she's solid.
She's beautiful. She is beautiful. We'll show you. I'm telling you, I don't know if we have a camera that will capture her. It is so hard to get a picture of her.
She don't stay still.
You get blurs. You'll have her face perfectly, and it'll be then what your picture is her ear and a blur, because she's like Mama. You can't hardly capture her on film either. Now, right now, she's sat down, but you see how hard it was in the beginning.
I was busy working.
And I'll say to Mama, come over here and we'll get started on this video.
Well, it's hard to think.
She'll come over here,
and
I'll go,
I'll
take my finger, and I'll punch whatever I punch. I forget what it says now. I don't know what it says. Live video. And it counts down. Normally, if the internet ain't acting up, it's 3, 2, 1, ding, and y'all are here. Now, sometimes we hit it and it stalls out a few minutes. That's when you catch us, like I'll be doing something, not paying attention. Then I'll go, oh, you're here. Because someone said, why do you always act surprised? I said, because sometimes I am. I'm like, oh, finally you showed up. Because the countdown's been going for, 10 seconds. But in those 3 seconds, she'll run off. Like she did today. I said, Mom.
But I don't have all my stuff out. I have to go get it. You can't cook without all the
I know.
They catch me sooner or later.
Yeah, you fly back in the picture.
Yeah.
We love y'all. We thank y'all. Y'all are wonderful. You're part of our family. Keep praying for each other. Pray for us. We'll all get through. We always say that. And we thank y'all for being here. And getting to spend a little time with y'all is just like a big warm hug.
Yeah.
It's just like, even when I'm tired sometimes or I've had a rough day, y'all are the same, and it brightens my day, and it's wonderful. And Mama's the same way. Mama looks forward to the video. Somebody would comment on there, I don't think Mama likes doing videos. Mama is real. 100% real. We're real. And that's the reason sometimes you'll see different moods or different energy levels, to put it for a different word. But we're not going to come on here and fake something with y'all. We just don't do that. Sometimes we are tired. Sometimes Mama's not as talkative. Sometimes I may not be as talkative. Well, most of the time I'm talkative. but we think of y'all like family. If you come in the door and sit down right there where you are sitting, this is what you get every night. And this is just us being us.
That's right.
We don't do any outtakes. You'll never see a blooper reel for John and Mama. Now, you'll see bloopers.
Live
in action.
What was
but
it?
we
My
don't
banana
redo.
brownies was a blooper short of.
Have you ever had anything that didn't turn out? If you've ever cooked over 2 or 3 times in your life, you're going to have one thing that don't turn out. So Mama's, sometimes something don't turn out. Most of the time it does. Like tonight, but them brownies, I had that feeling when we first, I said, this is thick.
It was too much.
This is thicker than any brownie I ever seen. Then we found Mama also used self-rising flour. And then when they got that big, I thought, we made bread. We didn't even have to bring it. But anyway,
It tasted good though.
we want y'all to be a part of those too, because that's fun. And
That's life.
That's life, and it's something we're still talking about it. Now, here's the thing: those brownies have turned out perfect. We probably would never mention them again. So think back in your life, the stories that you tell when the family gathers together. It's always because somebody messed up something. Those are the funny ones. Just like being chicken collateral. That was just dad being dad. That's not a plan, and that wasn't the way it's supposed to work out. So it wouldn't be a good story. I mean, if I had known I was going to be chicken collateral, I wouldn't have went. But stories and life and experiences come from...
You sure wouldn't have went to that place if you'd have known what it was
They
like.
come from living and enjoying and being with your friends and your family and your loved ones and making memories. And that's what we encourage you to do. Get out, do something, have something good to eat, and make some memories.
That's right.
Make some memories.
Life along as you go.
That's right. Thank y'all for putting up with us. Try this. It's delicious. Eat you some supper first if you can come up with something. But if not, make you an upside down pineapple muffin. And Lord willing, we'll be back tomorrow night. And who knows, we might even cook.
I would have used rings, but I had crushed pineapples left in the refrigerator.
Are you going to be here tomorrow night?
Tomorrow, I don't know. I've not heard yet whether we're going to play or
I
not.
may have barbecue nachos if she's not here.
I probably won't be here if it ain't bad weather.
You hear it. You're hearing her. All right, Mama. Say good night.
But I won't have my jailbird outfit on.
Mama, it wasn't an insult. It was just when I looked up and it was
Are you on parole?
When I looked up, I was like, she's in black and white stripes. She must be on. We love y'all. Thank y'all. Say good night, Mama.
Good night, Mama. God bless you. So have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.